So, good evening, everyone. Today we are moving forward to our Kubernetes part 6. So, wait a bit. Okay. So, my screen is visible, Vedant.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. Wait. Okay. So, we are moving forward to our on for part 6 of Kubernetes, and in this part we are wait, guys. I think there is little bit problem with this. Okay. So why this my screen is not go with the full fledged?
It is, it is working.
Yeah, it is working, but I
It was
want to.
coming. It was coming. It was coming in the full.
Okay, wait. Something is. I have to restart this. Yes. Okay. So this time I think the entire window covered with the slides. Okay. So we are moving forward, and this is the Kubernetes part 6. In this lesson, we are studied about how a cluster is created. Actually, we are working starting from starting of Kubernetes, we are go with the cluster part. But at the starting portion, a small cluster is there. That is the mini cube cluster. Inside that, we created multiple pods. Okay. Then we got some problem and some faces, some difficulty we are facing. So we create a deployment, and inside the deployment, pods are created. Now we don't want to go with directly like inside the cluster connect with the deployment pod. We don't go with that, because if any pod is stops, their IP address is certainly is on that time changes, and the new pod which is created that with not the same IP address which is previous one. So IP is changing. So we don't go with directly with like go inside the cluster and just interact with the deployment, and inside deployment a particular pod is there. So we have to create a particular cluster, and we created an environment such that inside that cluster we just communicate with the deployment and the other sections. So we just moving on slides. In my slides all the things are mentioned. So why is it not good sorry why is it not a good idea to connect to a pod using IP address in Minikube? Why it is not efficient? Why we are not go with the following path to connect to a particular pod? So the main reason is that pod IP changes when a pod restarts. Why pods restarts when the system gets shut down? Then sometimes it will completed their status and like breach, like stops, and then it will be restarted. And sometimes there is some problem with the pod. So inside the pod containers are running, so there is some problem with the container, so containers are restarted. So container are not restarting, a pod new pod is restarted or based on the previous container. So the IP of that pod is changes with the time. And when the IP changes, you are not simply connected with a particular pod. So we have to create an environment by which we just write deployment name and our like cluster name, and we will get connected with any pod which is available on that path. Okay. So on that network portion, so the main reason is this: pod IPs change when a pod restarts. So they are not reliable. Other reasons are there. Is my voice is coming clearly? Vedant? Hello.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, okay, okay. So first reason is pods are inside a network, making direct access difficult. That I tell you, uh, I explained this line that pods are inside a separate network and making direct access is difficult. Minikube isolates pods so you can't easily reach them from outside. From outside, it is impossible, not possible right now to connect, like from my command line terminal to direct a pod. We go inside a Kubernetes cluster, and inside that cluster, we write some command to connect particular pod inside a particular deployment which is deployed inside a Minikube cluster. So Kubernetes provides services which gives a fixed way to connect using services. Here comes the point, like using a service. Cluster IP, node port, load balancer is the best way to access a pod. So here the service term comes. Okay. So what is this service? Actually, in next slide, I have Kubernetes service. So I explain the whole concept of services because if you are go with this Kubernetes portion, it is basic thing. In the interviews, it might be asked, like interviewer may be asked to you that how what is the service, how the service is processed, and how the architecture are working. So service is main part which we can say to direct interact with a particular container inside a pod which is running. So firstly we go with some commands. So why is now it is not a good idea to connect IP address? I will explain all the points. And the basic reason is this IP changes amount of after certain period of time, IP of a particular pod is changing, and that IP reflects another like that the changed IP is not the connected IP which is previously we with the help of terminal which we can connect. So previously we are connecting with different IP and now we don't know the IP which is regenerated. So we have in trouble. So these are also some of the reasons why we will go with a service like cluster IP, node port, and load balancer. Okay. So command is this. So firstly we'll go what is this and wait, I think wait a bit. Okay. Wait. Guys. Okay. So the command is used to create a Kubernetes service. So firstly, what is this expose? Why we are using this? So we have to create with the external environment. Uh, we are wanted to create a cluster IP, and inside that IP we have club our deployment. So in the superset of cluster IP, we have to map a particular port number. What is service port? Basically, firstly, I explain all the this command. So the command is used to create a Kubernetes service for a deployment. Okay. So here, basically, with the help of this command, we expose we will go with a Kubernetes service. Like we insert our deployment in the simple words, we can say we insert our deployment inside a cluster IP. So deployment name is the name of the deployment you want to expose. Uh, we are exposing some of our deployment, so we just club this deployment inside a service. So this service acts as a stable connection point, so even if pods IPs changes due to restarts, the deployment remains accessible. So firstly with the go with the second slide. So what is this? Firstly, this is the command kubectl expose deployment, whatever your deployment name, particular port, that is the service port, and the target port is there. So what is service port and what is the target port? So service port, this is the port of the service, like in a entrance. So like where the pupil request come in and other applications inside a cluster will be used to connect. So here a simple example I will try to take. So when like you are going in some malls, okay, so you are, wait a bit. My voice is clear, Vedant? Screen is visible?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So you are going like in a mall, and you are entering on your mall. So there's a particular gate for entering on that mall. You are entered on mall, and after that you see some like restaurant inside, like KFC is there. So there is a particular you entered in your mall. There is many shops available on that mall, and you want a particular KFC. Okay, so on a particular counter, you go with a food counter and just want some food. So there is a particular address to enter on your sorry, on the mall. So that address is called a service port. Okay, so this is the port like the main entrance where people come in, and other application inside that cluster, inside the cluster. So the mall is a cluster now, and we'll use the port to connect a service. So on that cluster, many shops are available, so we can say many target ports are available, and inside a particular target port a particular service are running. So we can take a KFC, like, so this is the port inside the pod, like kitchen entrance. So we can say is a kitchen entrance, or any particular shop where we want something. So on that particular place, our intention is completed, our work, our desires are completed. So we can say our work is completed on that shop. Like we want to buy some clothes, so we are going to particular shop on that mall. So that is called here, like in a real life example, that is the service point now. That is the target point. We want some of the clothes, so just we are going on the target. So that is the target port. Okay, so I think the concept is clear. What is the service port and what is the target port? Okay, so we are just moving forward and just write the command so that you are understand. Wait a bit. So we are go with this. Uh, I think you are clearly understand what is I want to tell you. What is the service port and what is the target port? Okay, so firstly start our cluster Minikube. Start. Wait a bit, guys. It will take some time to start. So here you can see our RAM is increasing. It will take 82% increasing. Okay. Okay. So just I explain the theory portion. On that period of time, I think the loading is done and we are proceeding with the forward. We are proceed. Okay, so what is a Kubernetes cluster? A Kubernetes service, oh, sorry, Kubernetes not a cluster, it is service. So a Kubernetes service is a stable way to connect applications to pod, even when the pod's IPs change. It acts as a fixed access point to dynamically changing pods. Cluster IP makes the service accessible inside the cluster. Node port expose it on a fixed port external, and load balancer provides the external access via cloud provider. So load balancer are used. That is the main concept of a like on that load balancer, you are connected with a particular deployment, and inside that, even if the particular pod IP is changing, so one of the pods are assigned to the to user. So here loads are balanced. Okay, so whenever the load is high on some pods and some pods are available, so just it will pick on on that just it will pick a random pod which is free right now, not free in the sense which is available, and just connect to your CURL, like client URL, with that. So these are the service ensures reliable communications between microservices and external users. Without services, direct communication with pods would break as the to start or move. Okay, so I think it will done. Okay, so here you see clearly see it will done. It is done, and we just see our kubectl. What we want to see, firstly we'll check our deployments. Deploy. So KTS web and NGINX deployment are running is running. So we will create our like kubectl expose deployment, and what is the deployment name? The NGINX deployment, and port, that is the service port 8080. Actually, we will go with the 8081, and the target port. What is the name? Target port. Okay. That is our 80. So here you clearly see service nginx deployment is exposed. Okay. So we want to get to know the services. So just write SVC. It is the short form of service. Wait. So here a Kubernetes is IP is running on this particular. I will explain how what is this, but here is our particular nginx deployment is running on a particular cluster IP with this. Okay, so this time if there is a particular pod is restarts and the IPs, so it will pick a random one of like one of them. So we don't go with the we don't have any problem with that. Okay, so we our work is proceeding like a smooth way. Okay, so we don't be like in a trouble in a problem. So just here what we are doing, nginx deployment is done. Okay, so if we want to firstly check describe, firstly we I think is not wait minikube ssh. Okay, so curl, what is the particular IP? Actually, on some time before it is not working. Wait, curl. What is this IP? 8081. So here you can clearly see with the help of this, we don't go with any pod IP and any IP. We will using a single IP, that is the cluster IP. And inside the cluster IP, this we will just connect with the our cluster IP with this. Okay, and we don't like we don't take any problem to which IP, which pod IP is connected. We just use a cluster IP, and that cluster with the help of this cluster IP service, uh, we can connect a random pod which is work on the working stage. Okay, so we are like we can clearly say that we are successfully connected to a particular pod. Okay, this is the response of that pod. Okay, so here I like simply in the simple words I clearly explain what is the services and what is the pods basically. Okay, so just exit from here and just write cube. Wait a bit, I think some of the commands I have also shown. I want to show it to you. Wait, wait, guys. Wait, wait, wait. Okay, so just write cube ctl get pods. So here you are saying these are the basically pods are running. So one of the pods are giving the response to this. Okay, so wait a bit, guys. So okay, so here kubectl get pods is done. So these are the pods which are running stage. We are clearly created a cluster IP service, and with the help of this service, we are clearly connected with one of the parts of this nginx deployment, and we are not getting any problem. We are successfully connected with a single IP. We don't have trouble like there are multiple IPs available. What we can do? So we don't go with that trouble. We just use a single IP of that cluster IP, and we are proceeding with that. Okay, so services are also I explained. So this time I have to like go inside the cluster. Okay, so just write here. Wait, wait. Here write cube ctl describe deployment. No, 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 that's not the deployment. The SVC. We have to write the SVC one. SVC. We have to like yeah. Okay, when we also write it as a service, but we are go with the SVC one. So here is a particular like cluster IP service description. So name is that nginx deployment, and the namespace is the default, app is the default, annotation selector right, and also very well in my previous session. So IP is this port 8081 TCP IP. Target port is a 80 TCP IP. So here with the help of this, you can clearly see that 10.2.244 maps to 80 because it is the target port. And with the help of 8081, we are entered on a particular cluster, and inside that we are going with this 81, and we are moving this. So here it's like two more are also available. So if I like run it this, so two more are available. So this one, two, three, and two are fives. So total is five. So here you are clearly seeing one, two, three, four, fives. So on this one of the pods are clearly connected when we are requesting with the help of CURL. Wait, okay. So if you want to more clear, if you want more clarity for this, so just write k kubectl get pods. Oh, void. I think something is wrong. So hey, these are the IP. So here you can clearly see 10.2.24455. So here this is the sequence which is following 49 54, sorry. So this is the 54 one, this is a 53, so this is a 53 one. Two more are also here, so we can clearly see that uh, the whole architecture, like I explained clearly. तो मैंने क्लियर शब्दों में आपको समझा दिया कि कैसे एक पर्टिकुलर क्लस्टर आईपी वर्क करता है। एक बार फिर मैं थोड़ा समझाने की कोशिश करता हूँ। जैसे कि आप किसी मॉल के अंदर गए और मॉल के अंदर बहुत सारी डिफरेंट शॉप्स अवेलेबल हैं, बट आपको सिर्फ कपड़े खरीदने हैं, तो आप पर्टिकुलर शॉप में जाएंगे। सो मॉल में एंटर करने के लिए आपको एक पर्टिकुलर एड्रेस असाइन, आप एंटर करोगे ना मॉल में, तो आपको पता होगा कि एंटर कहाँ से करना है। उस डोर का एड्रेस होगा 8081। ओके, जब आप एंटर कर गए तो आपको पर्टिकुलर क्लॉथ खरीदने हैं, आपको कपड़े खरीदने हैं, तो आप पर्टिकुलर शॉप में जाएंगे, उसका एक पर्टिकुलर मॉल के अंदर एक एड्रेस होगा। सो वो एड्रेस होता है इस जगह 80। ओके, सो इट इज अ सीक्वेंस कनेक्टिंग वे वी कैन से। फर्स्टली हम 8081 पे जाएंगे, फिर हम उसके बाद सर्विस पे जाएंगे, दैट इज द टारगेट पोर्ट, एंड वी जस्ट गो वन ऑफ द पॉड्स। हम एक पॉड को मतलब हम जब जैसे ही रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे तो जितने सारे पॉड्स हैं उनमें से एक पॉड ऑटोमेटिकली कनेक्ट हो जाएगा with the help of this. Okay, so I think there's not problem. What is the service? I clearly explain, and we are moving forward. Wait a bit. What was my PPT? Okay. So the kubectl describe command maintains a consistent structure across different Kubernetes resources. For example, क्यूब, हाँ ये थोड़ी सिमिलैरिटीज है। क्यूब सीटीएल डिस्क्राइब पॉड, क्यूब सीटीएल डिस्क्राइब डिप्लॉयमेंट, एंड क्यूब सीटीएल डिस्क्राइब एसवीसी। these three are similar type of command which we are using, and not this describe one. Actually get one is also similar. Okay, so जब हम write करते हैं kubectl get svc, we have to get all the services which are currently running. kubectl get deployment, so it will return the deployments which are currently on the running phase inside that cluster. So if we write the kubectl get pods, so whatever the pods are running on that instance of time, these are listed on that portion. So here is a basically UI inside that you clearly see. Okay, so just moving forward, just create a small project and deploy, understand the concept of services. So we are going with a portion. Wait. So I think Vedant this time will help me to complete this project, because inside that we just create a simple Node.js application and just push it into our Docker hub. And after that, we just create a deployment and just to make a what? Just make a expose this, and just clearly you will see whatever writing inside that basically project. So inside that project, whatever we are writing is just with the help of expose and deployment, you can clearly see the output that basically these are the running. Vedant, are you ready to help me
Yes, I'm ready. Yes,
for
yes.
JavaScript? Okay, so just I write code dot. So जब मुझे जरूरत पड़ेगी मैं तुमको बोलूंगा कि इस जगह क्या लिखना है। ओके, मुझे पता नहीं है क्योंकि मैंने ज्यादा
Okay.
कोड लिखे नहीं है इसके। Okay, so here we just create a folder firstly. Just write K8s.
So, what kind of application you want to build? Can you please elaborate me so I can?
No, no, actually you will see. Just just focus on what I am doing, and if any like any help is needed, just I call to you. Okay,
Okay, no issues.
cd k8s dot one st, just a code dot. Okay, so just we are going in the terminal. Inside that we just want to create a server on my local device, and basically we just write npm init. Wait, yeah, something hanging. Wait a bit, guys. I think my laptop is heated. So just I Here we just write npm install express. So we don't want to run in our local device, so just we deleted this folder. Okay, so we are successfully like just firstly it's to the start, and inside this we just write node index not ngs. Okay, so here a particular dependency express is added. Okay, so here we have to create import express from express. Import OS from. ओके सो वेदांत तुम देखते रहना, जहां पर भी कोड में गलत लिखूं वहां पे मुझे बताना, ठीक है?
Okay, I'm here to see check.
const app is equals to express const port is equals to 5000 app dot get app dot get ही होता है ना?
हाँ.
ओके, request comma response. So we just create it here. Const a is equals to hello, my address is dollar symbol os dot host name, not double quotes. Console dot log, and there we just write a response dot send. App dot listen. यहाँ पे क्या होता था यार, मुझे याद नहीं है क्या होता था भाई.
Actually, you have to uh, give the name of the port, actually, which the port number you are using.
अरे पोर्ट दे दिया मैंने
Because
ऊपर. यहाँ पे क्या होता था, अरे रुक जा. हाँ, कंसोल डॉट लॉग सक्सेसफुली connected with the port. So I think we are done with that. So if any problem
yes, yes.
occurs, then it is not running. Okay.
Okay, okay.
So,
No, it's all right. Actually, it's all right.
so
Port,
Docker.
then call back, then console.log, server is saying yes, it's all right.
So we just create a Docker file for that. Uh, so we just here and here we just write from, and from what? Node. The image file is alpine. So work dir, working directory, what is our working dir? That is what? That is basically app. Path is correct or not, I don't know. So from this, and what is the next? Wait, actually, I don't remember the order. What is the order that right from working directory? Uh, okay, something. Wait a bit. Wait. What is this? Yeah, working directory. Actually, we just write run npm install copy dot. Here we just write what cmd, and inside that we have just writing this npm comma start. Okay, so I think one or two headings we are missing. What are that headings? Those headings. Okay, so I think package था कि include था, क्योंकि package डॉट json और उस पे उसको फिक्स करना होता है. Wait, copy again. And so the source and destination. So package package dot json. This is the format of a particular file. Uh, uh, that is the Docker file. I explained in my previous sessions what is this. Actually, I thoroughly explained in my previous sessions. Package.json, and we are done with this. I think we are also write the correct like JavaScript file. We just want to just here created a this file and just trying to do it. Okay, so wait a bit, guys. Wait. Firstly, I scroll this screen here. Okay, so copy is done. Work dir is done. Copy here. So what is the add cmd entry env expose? Okay, yes, expose is missing. Expose on what port? 5000, I think, and this copy is correctly written. Working dir correct is copy source destination. Okay, so package.json package.log. I think it is correct. We just moving forward. Actually, we will recheck. I think I have available this file. Wait, I will recheck it. Docker file. What is the format of that this file? So I think it is correct. Package.json. So we are just writing it here, and the file path is correct, and we just checked that all the things are correct. So just we are here, just we want to build this as a Docker file. Okay, just write Docker build. Actually, we want to build an image. Okay, just write last tag. What is my username on the Docker? So just I go with here and just write Docker. So this is my username, and just take it here from here, and just do it here, and just paste this username, and here just write the repository which I want to create. I think it is a K8s first one ST. You clearly see the command is not running. Why? Actually, Docker is not active this time on my desktop. So we just proceed with the Docker firstly, and we are starting our Docker here, Docker desktop. Desktop is starting. Wait. So here Docker engine starts. If it not started now, then I have to cancel some of the sets because this is starting when your RAM is correctly assigned to it. If RAM is not sufficient. Okay, so it is running. And this time, if you run the previous command here, Docker previous this, it will be successfully running. So here you can clearly see the image which I want to create successfully created. And right now, I have to push it into the Docker Hub. Just write Docker login. Actually, credentials of mine are stored. Wait a bit, guys. Credentials are previously stored, so it will not take much time. And just here, wait, we are successfully logged in. So just write Docker push, and inside this, I think this it here. So it will start pushing this. It will take some of time. Okay, so it will successfully pushed, and if you want to see it, see. So just we are wait. If you want to see ना कि कहाँ पर है वो, तो ये देख, अभी दिखाता हूँ. So there are two we can say repositories. The K8s first one ST is here, which we created 4 minutes ago. So just we are here, and just we are successfully created our image. So just we are going with the terminal, and inside this terminal, I just write cube. Firstly, I think I want to see the deployment's name, ctl get deployments. So there are two deployments are running. Uh, I want to see the service get svc. Wait. So there are nginx deployment and all the things. So I just want to delete it here so that it will basically delete svc nginx deployment. It is deleted, and now I have to delete K8 as web hello. Actually, not right now. So here I have to create a deployment kubectl create deployment. Name of this deployment is K8s first 1st, and here I have to mention the particular image. That image is this. not this. Wait, I just copied from here. So here a deployment is created. 81s. So if this time if you write kubectl get deployment, so you see K81ST. Okay. So if you want to see the containers pods, get pods. So here first is running portion. So one container is running. So we have to create, firstly expose this into a cluster of cluster IP with we are go with the cluster IP service. So just write here. Okay. So just write it here. Wait, guys. I think that's okay. kubectl. What we are going with? क्या कर रहे थे हम लोग? हाँ, expose. So expose with what deployment? kubectl expose deployment. What is the deployment name? K8s was 1st 1st. We are going with this port is actually we are going direct with port. We don't have to much deviate on a single service. Why we are writing so much? अगर एक ही दुकान है तो हम उसी में जाएंगे ना. So it is exposed clearly. You can clearly see and kubectl. So we are just firstly we check what is the IP of this. So just write kubectl get SVC services. So how many services? This is the cluster IP is running on the 5000 TCP. So here just write cube, what? Not cube, mini cube SSH successfully entered on a remote server. Wait a minute. So we are successfully, and here just write CURL client URL. We have to connect with this IP. Here you have to write 555. So hello, my address is this K81ST694F 8898KH75T. So you are getting request with this pod. Actually, only the single pod is available. So you get request from this. If now onwards I have to scale firstly kubectl scale deployment. Which deployment? Deployment name what is? K8s1st replicas. We are going the 5 one. So if this time you want to check the pods, K cube CTL get pods. So here you can clearly see first K81ST. So here basically 5 containers are running, and the name of these containers are 2JZQX, KH75T, KT5C7, P58QF, SN5QF5. So these fives are running. Actually, not three are right now currently running stage, but it is on the process of running. So if write this, so all are running. So previously you get request from a single container. The name is KH75T. So here you can clearly see second one is KH75T. So if you want to see the architecture, in that architecture, I will explain. It will randomly pick one of the pod and it will request. So this time if you write just minikube SSH, and here you just write the previous command. Wait, wait a bit. What is that previous command? This. Inside that Wait. So, okay. So we just write the previous command. Here, just write a curl bit. Curl. Just paste this. So here, this time you get KH75T. Okay. So the second one is this. If you write again, wait, what is the problem? Curl. So SN5Q5. So this is the fifth pod. Okay, just if I write wait curl and just paste it. What problem here? So just paste it here. So you will get 2J ZQX. So it is the first container pod. So with the help of this, I clearly explained what is the architecture, like what is the process to go with a service. We just deployed a firstly created a our project, just created a Docker file, just push it into your main repository where the Docker images are available. On the basis of that Docker image, a particular deployment is created. On that deployment, we just exposed with a service, and that service will take will any like by default a cluster IP, node port, or what we can say load balancer. So it will take a random pod which is available. So with the help of this, we can clearly make an efficient application which is running. Okay. So here you can clearly see the host name is SNQ5. So it is the fifth container, it is the second or third, it is the first one pod. So it will take a random or which is available. Okay. So if any container is not available, so it just not proceed, like it will go with a single IP. हमने इसको सिंगल आईपी से कनेक्ट कर दिया. अब ये कोई भी कंटेनर और पॉड लेगा उसको पर्टिकुलर से कनेक्ट कर देगा जो भी अवेलेबल होगा. ओके. ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई पॉड से पर्टिकुलर आईपीएस कनेक्टेड है तो वो प्रॉब्लम कर रहा है. सो दिस इंस्टेंस को ये सॉल्व कर देता है. सो टुडे आई विल एंडिंग विद दिस, and I clearly explained all the architecture of how service are working and how the things are made and proceeds. So just I created a small project. Inside that I just write my name. So I want to explain the concept of service. So with the help of this time, if you are with me from the starting of my processes. So with like anyone asks you a question, what is load balancer? So basically it is the service used to connect. जहां पर भी लोड ज्यादा होगा पॉड को कनेक्ट ही नहीं करेगा, जिसमें लोड कम होगा उसको कनेक्ट कर लेगा, वो उससे कनेक्ट करवा देगा विद द हेल्प ऑफ अ सिंगल आईपी. ओके. सो थैंक यू. इट इट ऑल दिस फ्रॉम माय साइड. मुझे पता है मेरी इफिशिएंसी इस कंटेंट में थोड़ी सी कम थी, बट आई विल ट्राई to take much of the content and with much energy in next time. So but I whatever I explained is clear to all of you, I think. And if you have any doubt, so just comment on the YouTube section. I will take that comments and response on that. So just learn the things how the architecture are working. Okay. So thank you. It's all from my side. Thank you. I just share this PPT.